Please.
किसको बुलाया?
ये कनिष्क.
Kanisk.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Kanisk or Harsh?
Yes, sir.
What? Kanisk or Harsh? How should we call you?
So, my name is Kanisk, and my elder brother's name is Harshvardhan.
Okay.
And the email ID, this is from 2007, and this was our first email ID. So, this was an amalgamation of both our names.
Okay, good. So, Kanisk, tell us about yourself.
My name is Kanisk, sir. I'm from multiple states of this country due to the nature of my father's job. However, my roots lie in Bihar. I graduated in software engineering from Delhi Technological University. And my interests lie in reading science fiction novel and staying updated on defense technology and military equipment.
Okay. Harsh Kanisk, right?
So,
Any specific reason behind the name?
my parents preferably wanted their children to achieve the things which these emperors achieved.
So, what was achieved by Harshvardhan and what was achieved by Kanisk?
Sir, Kanishka was the third ruler of the Kushana era, and one of his most significant achievements was starting the Shaka era, which in which most of our calendars lie. And he was also a great patron of art. He patronized Mathura School of Art and Gandhara School of Art, and he was a culturally tolerant ruler also.
The other person?
As for Harshvardhan, sir, I'm unable to recall most of his achievement right now. I'll read upon it.
Okay. So, you said that you have to shift from one state to another because of the job of your father. What is your father doing?
So he is in the Life Insurance Corporation of India.
Okay.
So he gets transferred every 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
So that is why we shifted. Every
Okay.
2 to 3 years.
Good. And your optional was
Anthropology, sir.
anthropology. So, Kanish, tell me one thing. What made you opt for civil services after doing software engineering from a premium institution like DTU?
So 3 primary reasons. First was the sheer diversity and challenge which the civil services offers to young people like me. That is unparalleled. Second is, I actually wanted to make a difference rather than just complain about problems. And while I could have done that even in the software engineering, again, the opportunities which various services in this exam provide me is something not comparable to anyone. And third is, sir, I wanted to be part of India's structural growth story, which we'll see in the next 40-50 years.
Okay. How do you envisage India's structural growth story in next 40-50 years? When you speak about this, how do you see India growing over the next 40-50 years? Is there any blueprint? Is there any idea which has been thrown out in open?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
So our premier idea right now is the Viksit Bharat by 2047.
Good. So what this Viksit Bharat is about?
So Viksit Bharat is a Bharat in which there is no poverty, no one goes to bed hungry. Our human capital and human workforce is amongst the best. Our educational performance is something which other countries are envious of and would strive to emulate. In a country where females are at par with the rest of their citizens.
Okay. You have done from DTU. What was the issue regarding Rohingyas in these elections? Just before the elections, one issue cropped up regarding the Rohingya Muslims. What was the issue? By the way, who are Rohingyas? Where did they come from?
Sir, Rohingyas are an ethnic group and they are persecuted group from Myanmar. So some of them have illegally entered into India as per various government sources. And that is what was something which cropped up, especially in the education sector. The Delhi government proposed that any illegal immigrant should not be a part of the education system sponsored by the taxpayers.
So what Donald Trump is doing is right for immigrants?
So I am not aware of the specificities of American politics, which may be the cause of his actions. But from what I understand, there are two issues which President Trump is trying to target. One is the security challenges which illegal immigrants bring to United States, and the other is the appeasement of his vote bank, which says that illegal immigrants are the cause of economic decline in their workforce.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
Thank you, sir. All right, Kanisk, since you are interested in software, I'll ask you something about the software.
Yes.
Now, who is the maximum number of motherboards of PCs? Who manufactures the maximum, the highest number?
Sir, I'm not aware of the
Motherboard?
Yeah, but I can make a attempt if you permit.
Yes, please.
Sir, it would be Taiwan. It is the primary semiconductor manufacturer.
All right, I don't know, please check. I think.
I'll read up.
All right, another thing, you see, a tailor-made PC
Yes.
for a person like me, I am an old man, and I don't need all kinds of functions which are provided to me there in my laptop.
Yes.
I want a tailor-made, only those essential things, and as user-friendly as possible for people above, say, 60 or 70.
Yes.
Why is it that nobody has been able to come up with that? What are the problems, hurdles?
So, three primary challenges I can identify.
Right.
One is the primary target for these companies which make electronics and laptops is the young population.
Why?
Why?
I mean, the population of people like me,
Yes.
above 60 is huge,
Yes.
particularly in India now,
Yes.
growing.
Yes, sir. And that is a very unfortunate development that these companies are
Given
not-
a choice, you are an entrepreneur, and I tell you that please manufacture a laptop specifically user-friendly, meeting the needs of people who are not, that good
Yes,
at
yes, sir.
savvy at the computer and all. Would you design one?
Sir, on the face of it, it does look like a very compelling business proposition. And I would have to conduct feasibility studies before.
Why is it not done? What is the basic problem? That is what because you are a software engineer, I want to know what is the hurdle, where is the problem?
I'm sorry, sir, I'll have to think more on
All right, let's come to defense technology.
Yes.
Dr. Abdul Kalam,
Yes, sir.
what was he called? His name, nickname, pet name, how is he remembered?
The missile man.
The missile man.
Yes.
I have the privilege of serving with him for 8 months. So please tell me, there is a organization in Hyderabad, which was his brain idea, which manufactures something which he designed. What is the name of that organization and what does it do? Hyderabad.
Sir, I'm unable to recall.
Bharat Dynamics Limited,
Yes,
missiles.
yes.
Can you connect that or no?
I know about Bharat Dynamics Limited, and I know it is one of the leading component manufacturers of different of our guided as well as
Missiles.
non-guided missiles.
All right. Have you heard of Agni 5 missile?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the unique feature which has placed it as the fourth country in the world. That technology which
Yes,
we've been able to. We are still working on it,
Yes,
but we have demonstrated it. What is that uniqueness?
Sir, it is capable of MIRV
Yes.
multiple.
Yes. And what is that?
Sir, MIRV stands for multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. So that will allow us to deploy multiple warheads using a single missile, and which we can target at separate locations independent of each other. That will increase the lethality as well as effectiveness of any nuclear strike which we may have to make.
What is so special about G404 engine, which we are not able to manufacture and we are begging the USA to give it to us, and they are delaying it on one account or the other? What is that technology which we are not able to do it here in India?
So jet engine manufacturing is a very arduous and technical task in general, especially with the General Electric 404. From what I understand, the single crystal plate technology is something we'll have to work for. Thank you, sir.
Kanisk, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
US President Donald
So garam pani le le
Yes.
sir.
in turn has been making some sweeping
Statements which are causing ripples all over the world. Tell me, his designs to impose sanctions on Iran, how can they impact on India and India-Iran relations, which sectors particularly? Any two.
So primary would be energy sector, and second would be the trade, because Iran was a good source of crude oil imports for India, and we stopped importing post his first round of sanctions. And second is we have investments there in Chabahar port, and Iran could serve as an entry into Afghanistan and other countries in the region. So it may affect our interests if he sanctions it more than already they're already sanctioned.
And Chabar's role in the context of connectivity.
Yes, sir.
You know, connectivity is one of the planks of our foreign policy that we're
Yes.
looking for connectivity.
Yes.
So how does Chabahar can connect us to which countries?
Afghanistan, sir.
Okay.
And further, if implemented with other forms of transport system, other multi-modes of transport, we can also access Central Asian countries also using it.
And we have a proposal to add Chabahar port to which international transport corridor?
Sir, I'm not sure of it. However, if you permit, I can make an attempt.
Yeah, please.
So the IMEC corridor, which is we are supposed to connect India with the European countries using it.
But that doesn't fall, Chabahar doesn't fall on that route.
I'll read up more on it.
Okay, so international north-south corridor.
Right.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned about defense. You know, our policies of defense, we are heavily dependent on imports.
Yes.
But our policy of procurement of defense equipment has undergone some important changes.
Yes.
So, can you highlight some of those changes?
Sir,
Even if two changes, if you can.
Sir, two major changes which, from what I understand, one is the IDDM model, indigenously designed, developed and manufactured model, and the defense cum production partner a change which has enabled greater participation of private sector in design as well as manufacturing of, and the other one would be the positive
This
indigenization.
is production. I'm talking about procurement.
I'll have to read up more on these
You were
policies.
talking about defense production.
Yes.
The Make in India, greater participation from private sector, indigenous designs. Well, that's part of our, policy to manufacture it here.
Yes.
But procuring from abroad.
So they were guidelines on transfer of technology, and I'll have to read up more on the policies.
All right. One last question. You said your father is with the Life Insurance Corporation. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Some important announcement has been made in the budget
Yes.
pertaining to insurance sector.
Yes.
What is that?
Sir, the finance minister has proposed raising the limit of FDI in insurance from 74% to 100%, provided that the entire premium is invested within India. So that is one major policy change for insurance I can.
So will this motivate the foreign insurance companies?
Sir, it does provide incentives for larger players abroad to invest more into Indian social sector.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kanisk, you are from Maharashtra, right?
So my parents live there currently.
Okay. This is Prabha Devi from place is Prabha Devi.
Yeah, my parents reside in Prabhat.
Okay. From where this name comes from? Prabha Devi?
So goddess Prabha is the presiding deity of the region.
Okay.
So like Mumbai is named after Lord Mamba Devi. So
Okay.
similarly,
Okay, fine. In one of your answer, you were talking about Viksit Bharat.
yes.
So how we are going to do that? Means after 76 years of independence, we are still facing so much of unemployment in our country. Poverty is there.
Yes.
So how we are going to make this Viksit Bharat?
So our efforts are multidimensional and multifarious. I'll list some. We are investing in boosting economic growth via promoting of manufacturing, greater investment in service sector. Second is we are investing heavily in our social sector also. The new education policy. Now that is an education policy which is supposed to create the citizens of tomorrow, and this has already started showing results. Our schemes like Ayushman Bharat Yojana and other such schemes, they are supposed to create a more healthy citizenry of India, and such investment in human capital is necessary.
Okay, you were talking about new education policy.
Yes.
What are the changes are there? Important three major changes which are there in new education policy, which is going to change the citizens of our country.
So one is it has targeted increased investment into education, 6% of GDP. Second is it enables greater interdisciplinary approach towards education. There is a national credit bank, and students can switch between disciplines
But how practically will it be possible? Means, let us suppose you have studied history or maybe political science, and afterwards you want to take chemistry.
Yes.
So how will you cope up with the subjects?
Sir, ultimately any student who decides to opt that will have to take all these into considerations. And a lot of future growth will stem from interdisciplinary studies. And that is where also the new education policy with its emphasis on vocational learning. And
At what level vocational study will start?
I'll have to read upon it.
Okay, fine. You know about Uniform Civil Code?
I have read some on it, some things on it.
Okay, not completely aware of that. Okay, can you tell me any two advantages of implementing this Uniform Civil Code?
So first is it will be in fulfillment of the DPSPs, Article 44 of the Constitution. Second, sir, it will harmonize civil codes, different personal laws in our country in accordance with the constitutional spirits. And one more advantage is that a lot of personal laws in India are not very fair for females. And a uniform civil code could be a great step in the direction towards female empowerment.
Okay, there is a farmer protest which is going on for last many months or maybe years. So why this government is not able to curb this problem or solve this problem?
So this farmer protest, it's a symptom of wider agricultural issues which are plaguing us. And while their demand is mostly centered around the minimum support price, the legalization of the same, the issues are more structural and widespread and systemic in nature. And the government is making efforts to develop the agricultural sector more. But
what are the key areas, key points where the consensus is not able to make?
So the procurement policy,
Okay.
currently it's too centered on wheat and rice. And it is centered on a certain geography. Most of the procurements are done from Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. So that is exacerbating certain divides which call for new reforms in that sector.
Okay. Thank you, Kanisk. Thank you.